Hello, welcome back, everyone. It's SGI, Jordan, Izzy, and we're back after a long, brief hiatus because we did have Mother's Day last week. So, hope everyone had a good Mother's Day. I
Yeah.
know mine was surely jam packed. I'm freaking tired the next day. I was like, oh, I don't want to go to work.
Yep.
Even my mom suggested too after like we hung out all day. She was like, let's just all call out. I was like, oh, tempting, but then we all ended up going to work, but I was regretting it because we
Gotta
were
get that
out
bread.
all night. How was yours, Mother's Day?
Oh, dude, mine was good, man. I mean, every year we just spend it with the family, barbecue, invite close relatives over, watch movies, talk about things that have happened, you know,
Okay.
in our more recent life. So it's always cool to kind of gather back with the family.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, we definitely. I don't know. Whenever we have like a big, I guess, family gathering or like a family event, there's always like big old serious conversations as well too.
Yeah,
So it's very interesting because even
that I
like
understand.
after I went to like dinner, after we were ending the day, we got into like a big old like more like serious conversation. So it was very interesting. I was just like, oh, we never talk about this stuff, so it's very interesting that we ended up talking about whatever the things that we talked about that day. But it definitely was still fun. We went to Irvine, so we got to go to the Bass Pro Shop over there.
Ooh,
I've never been to that Bass Pro Shop.
it's
It's
awesome.
okay.
It's awesome.
Honestly, compared to the Vegas one, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
that great.
nothing compares to the Vegas
I know
one.
the Vegas one's just freaking
Yeah.
awesome. I love that. I have to, every time I go to Vegas, I have to at least go there at least once. So,
I want to stay in the hotel that's attached to it. The
ooh,
one
I
that's
forget.
the
It's
one
a
that's the,
Silverado, I think. Is what
yeah,
it's
it's the
called.
pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the way the design of that
That's
hotel
not
is.
called. It's not a pyramid. It's the Silverado. It's like a basic hotel. The pyramid you're thinking about is the Luxor. The
Is it?
Luxor. Yeah, the big old pyramid
Isn't the
one.
Bass Pro Shop attached to that or no?
No, it's
Okay.
not. The Bass Pro Shop's like kind of like on the outskirts of
Ah,
Vegas.
okay.
So yeah,
But
I think that's called the Luxor.
Luxor,
Luxor.
yeah,
Luxor.
that's
I
the
want to
one.
go back to Vegas though, because I always want to see that dome.
Oh,
Because
I
I always
know.
see it on social media, the dome and whatever's like popular at that time, seeing it in the dome. And I was like, I want to be able to see the dome with my own eyes because it's so cool to see that.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. We went to the we went to Irvine, so then we went to the Spectrum, which is like a big old outdoor mall. We
Hmm.
spent like 5 hours there, literally just walking around. Bought a couple things, I guess, for all of us. Yeah, pretty much for all of us, pretty much, because we all like some similar stuff. So we went shopping there for a bit, and then yeah, we went to Red Robin.
Ooh.
Best way to end the night, bottomless fries. What were your like anything big, or was it just like a dinner?
No, I mean it was just a dinner. Honestly,
Oh,
it was a good dinner at home. We like to stay at home just to beat the crowds because
oh yeah,
we know how
definitely.
chaotic it can be out there, and people suck. People
Yeah.
suck, and they kind of take the fun out of things out there. So we just like to stay home, do a nice little barbecue, have
Oh
a few
yeah.
drinks, watch a few movies, kick back, relax with the dogs as well. So it's
Yeah,
just better that way.
definitely a
In our
lot
eyes,
better.
we see it. It's better that way.
Yeah. Any of those big old holidays where it's like dinner
Yeah.
plans like Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to go to Valentine's Day on
Mm-hmm.
actual Valentine's Day because
Yeah.
everything's all of course backed up. Which I guess you, yeah. So like back in the day, whenever I would do a Valentine's Day, we'd always do it like a couple days after, or a couple days earlier.
Yeah.
We'd never do it on Valentine's Day because it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun when we do it on the actual Valentine's
I'm
Day.
like, plus all the candies and flowers are half off.
Yeah, exactly. That too. So perfect.
It's a late Valentine's.
So yeah,
But
that was pretty much our Mother's Day. So feel free to let us know in the comments down like how your Mother's Day went. Hopefully it went good. Or yeah, I hope it went good. But we are back, episode 12. Yeah,
ooh,
episode 12.
yep, 12.
We would have been on 13, but no, but we're on 12.
It's all
But it's
good.
exciting. We made it past the 10 mark. We
Ski.
still have one podcast that by the time you see this still hasn't been uploaded yet because it is a little bit longer. So I'm just trying to figure out the way to like put that on YouTube. I don't know if I should just put it in parts or should I put it in a full video. So we'll see. So hopefully you'll see that video soon. So then you'll have because we talked a lot of because we were almost like 3 hours with that podcast.
Yeah.
So we talked about a lot of stuff. So and yeah, I think I might just split into parts just to see how people like it. They like like having it if it's a longer podcast. They don't mind longer podcasts, but they like it divided in parts so they can watch it in parts. So
Yeah.
I might end up doing that. Just see how it goes. I don't think is so. Yeah, we'll try that out. So maybe you'll see that one. Maybe you'll see this one before you see that one. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about today.
A lot of Arc Raiders.
Yeah, a lot of Arc Raider stuff. It's probably going to be mostly just Arc Raiders podcast for today because yeah, there's tons of stuff and something that's coming out already next week already for updates.
Big news.
But my fit for today, I know how with my if you saw the last video, I had my Huntrix jersey. Now I have this cool sweater that I got from Hot Topic.
Swag.
I'm just all Huntrix out now. So I got this sweater and I was like, as soon as I saw this sweater at Hot Topic, I was like, I have to get this because I have a sweater similar to this style, but it's like an old one that I got from remember Jacob Ramser.
Oh yeah.
He had an old a sweater and he let me have it because he's like, it doesn't fit me anymore. You want it? And it was a pretty nice sweater. And that gave me the vibe of this one. So I was like, oh, I got to get this one. And so then I have like a newer sweater, even though it's been kind of hot, but I'm just more of a sweater person. So even if it's hot, I'm still going to be buying a sweater from the store.
Everybody's going to look at you like he's psycho.
And then also too, yeah. Also, I'm going to be more of a Huntrix fan because apparently they're going to be doing a whole K-pop Demon Hunters world tour soon. So
are they really?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole immersive experience apparently. So you can best believe I'm gonna be there, even if it's expensive. Because it's probably gonna be expensive. It's gonna be expensive, but I would like to go to experience that. So, yeah. But onto our before we go into like any of our topics, we always like to start off with our quick like questions for the week. So, what do we got for us today, Jordan?
Most played game this week.
Most played game again was this week. Yeah, I think it was just mostly Arc Raiders. I haven't really been playing games too much, so. The thing that I did play this week was mostly Arc Raiders. That was it.
Same with me. I mean, I don't know. That game just has a chokehold on me. I just love playing it. I love the gamble of going out, possibly losing my stuff, but possibly coming back with so much better stuff every time. And whether I'm playing it like by myself or with you or Rudy, like the experience on both ends is always fun to me. I feel like when I play by myself, though, I run into a lot more friendly people. When I'm playing with you guys, it's the complete opposite.
I have not played I haven't played solos in a while, so I would definitely love to see how a solo lobby is now. If I'm still getting the chill lobbies.
Yeah, in solo I'm in chill lobbies, and then with you guys I'm in screwed lobbies. So
yeah, because there's just there's like a couple things that came out, but like I don't know, there's not really anything that's like to like take over the Arc Raiders like like to continue playing Arc Raiders. Like I feel like that's like the only exciting game that I want to play. Well, there's been a couple single player games that came out, like Saros, which was like a big success last week, which I kind of want to play. It looks cool. So
the trailers made it look great.
It has good reviews so far, and the people that I've seen play it, the boss designs are cool, the graphics are freaking phenomenal, and everything. So I don't know. Maybe I need to try to find something new to play, so I don't get burnt out of Arc Raiders. Because I feel like I've been getting a little burnt out of it more than this guy over here. This guy is ride or die for Arc Raiders right now.
For real, dude.
We got any other questions for us today?
One game you unexpectedly returned to, maybe.
Unexpected. Oh, I guess for me recently was Marvel Rivals. I recently started playing that, and it's actually been pretty fun because we did talk about it last week because I found out that Deadpool got added to it and a couple other heroes and stuff. So I've been playing a little bit of that. I didn't play that much this week because again I just played Arc Raiders, but I definitely want to start playing Marvel Rivals again because it just got updated yesterday, so they have a new hero, which is I've never heard of this guy. It's like a devil dinosaur or something like that. I don't know where that guy's where that.
Show me the comics for that one.
Show me the comics that devil dinosaur is from. But he definitely looks cool. It's like a big old dinosaur that just runs around fireballs and stuff. So it's definitely kind of cool to be in a hero shooter and being able to use a dinosaur.
Godzilla over here.
Yeah, pretty much Godzilla. But yeah, any other games that you unexpectedly probably like returned to? Besides Arc Raiders?
Yeah, but for me, like it would be Warhammer 40K.
Oh yeah,
I jumped back into that and played.
You did stream that this week. He streamed it. I think streamed about 2 hours. I think.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours.
But yeah, should be up on our YouTube. So if you want to, feel free to check that out. Jordan's been trying a little bit be more on the live streaming a little bit more. So we did get 2 live streams this week out.
Yeah,
we got an Arc Raiders one and the Warhammer one.
Yeah, it's just me going through the campaign. Rudy actually has the game too, so I actually got to hit him up so he could play with me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they've added so much stuff.
Oh, give me your brief rundown of Warhammer because I've never played it. So,
dude, you're just like the best way I could put it is if you kind of like the way Halo is, like you're a Spartan and you're very OP. It's pretty much how you are as a as a space marine.
I think from a little bit I've seen it, kind of like again, it kind of reminded me of like Gears of War.
Yeah, it plays like that slow pace a little bit. You're very tanky, I should say, and
Pretty good actually.
the weapons you get in there are just like it's more. It's hard to explain. Like the game is kind of like brutal war stuff. Like it throws you in the mix of just like you're fighting like aliens, basically, if you will. They're called the Tyranids.
Okay.
If you like,
I know you've been trying to get me into that game for a long time.
It's such a cool game. Like,
and I kind of do want to get into it because maybe that might be the thing to when I'm not playing Arc Raiders, be able to play that.
Yeah, because
it's a PvE. Well, there's a multiplayer. There's multiplayer too as well. So
there's 3 different ways you can play. You could play the campaign with friends. You could play the campaign by yourself. Then you can play the campaign with your friends. But there's 2 different campaigns. You have the main story campaign where you're the main character.
Okay.
And the other campaigns you play as your customized characters.
Oh, so is it 2 different stories, or is it?
It's the same story, but they're parallel. So while you're playing the main story, you have command of a bunch of other space marines. So you're giving commands for them to do something as a side mission. As you're playing it, you don't know what you're doing. But when you play it with your customized character, you get to play those missions that are happening while the main ones are happening.
That's cool.
So he's having you do an objective where you distract the enemies to draw them this way, and that's pretty much what you do.
Okay, so you get to see what was going on when you were doing the main story.
And it's cool too because you hear the communications from the main guy, Titus. So it's like he gives off the commands, and it's just like, you get to experience what those side missions are. And over the past, like, I forget how long it's been out for. Like, I think it's been over a year. They've added more of those missions to the stack because I think you start off with 9, and I think there's about like 12 now.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so they consistently add new missions.
I know I've definitely been hearing like whenever I hear an update, I always hear Warhammer's like,
dude,
new update.
It's nuts.
It's like, it's kind of cool that they're relative because I don't know how big the player count is for that, but it's kind of cool to see that they're.
It's decent.
It does seem like they are being pretty on top of it.
They have a really good fan base, honestly. And on top of them adding the maps, they always add the new cosmetics, which is the new cosmetics is just new chapters that are within the universe. So there's an array of chapters to pick from. So like if you don't like the main like 5 that they have like all these sub chapters that are just straight badass. Like there's one chapter they're like space sharks basically. So they're space marines, but they call themselves like the space sharks.
It'd definitely be cool to see because there's so many factions in the game to see if that game or they make a separate game that delves into all the factions in that. Because I know there's only probably a couple factions that you get to play as.
I think there's
like Warhammer universe.
I think there's like close to 30 in the game right now.
In the game? Oh.
But there's so much more.
Are your boys in it? The commander deck that you got?
The Necrons?
The Necrons?
They're not in the game yet. I think they're saving that for the next game that they drop.
Oh, that's gonna be insane.
Dude, yeah, because it's like fighting Terminators basically, and they're just hard to kill.
Okay.
That game has a lot of room to grow because there's so many. Because there's a ton of other enemies.
Super big in that game.
Because in that one you fight.
Or in that universe, not that game.
Yeah,
that universe.
In that specific game, like you're fighting the Tyranids, which is like the aliens, but then you're fighting the like kind of like these guys who worship like demons and stuff like that. So like,
what faction are they called?
Chaos Marines.
Chaos Marines.
Yeah, so that's kind of right up your alley. You would like that. So.
Oh, there you go. That's speaking my language right there.
Yeah, so it delves into like different stuff like that.
A cult like the theme.
Oh yeah, they have a huge cult following. There's so many different ones, and yeah. So those are like the only 2 enemies you're fighting in there as of right now. So, but there's like the more popular ones would probably be like the Necrons and then like the Orcs because those guys are brutal. And then there's a lot of other ones too that are out there that like that game has a lot of room to grow. With
definitely seems like it.
They could either add to that game or they could just make another one and add more to it. Whatever they decide.
They saved the Necrons for Space Marines 3.
That's what I'm really waiting for. As soon as that happens, I'm back on that game.
I think I heard supposedly that they're already like in talks about a 3rd one already or something like that.
Not only that, but the show, I think it's a show or a movie that's coming out with Henry Cavill leading it with Amazon.
I've only heard like little bits about it, but I don't know if like where they're at in production for that right now.
I mean, as long as he's leading it, I don't care. He'll do a good
biggest
job.
Nerd. Yeah, hey, maybe one day we'll have Henry Cavill on here with us. That'd be sick. With all his nerdy goodness, and we get to say that we met Superman. That'd be dope.
Heck yeah.
Oh, and Geralt technically, because he played Geralt in The Witcher, which I think he did a phenomenal job. I wish they kept him in there, but that's that going back to briefly about Henry Cavill. It's like that's what says a lot about him, that he actually cares about the source material, because I think he stopped wanting to be
Because they were
Geralt
gonna change it.
because they were gonna change too much of like the actual story, and he was just like, I don't want to be part of this. So I was like, dang, that's a lot. That's really cool to see that, because most people will be like, I'm just gonna go with it. Whatever they do with the story, even if they change it immensely, I'm just gonna stay in part of the team, whatever. But Henry Cavill's like, nah, I can't do this.
Instead of taking a check, he's like, do it right, or I'm not doing it at all.
That's really cool.
It's like,
and technically, he can just be like, he's Henry Cavill. He could literally just be like, adios, and it's not gonna affect him too bad.
And they lost a huge fan base after he left too.
Yeah, because you got Liam Hemsworth in there as Geralt now. It's just, I don't want Liam Hemsworth. I don't want one of the Hemsworth brothers as Geralt.
Stay in your lane, buddy.
If anything, it would have been kind of cool to see Chris Hemsworth as Geralt instead of Liam Hemsworth. Thor, I don't really like Liam Hemsworth.
That's Thor.
He's okay.
Yeah.
I definitely prefer Chris Hemsworth.
You're like, one of the brothers is the better one.
Yeah, one of the brothers is the better one. And he's already had that accent of Chris Hemsworth because of like Thor and stuff, because he's like an Asgardian. Like I feel like he would have fit perfectly as a Geralt. That would have been kind of cool to see instead of Liam.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
The other brother.
But yeah, no, I jumped back into that game, and I'm kind of excited to be back in it. It's bringing a lot of joy back to me. I'm just like, I forgot how awesome this game is, like battling these hordes of enemies and having all these specialty weapons and the story that goes along with it. It's pretty cool. Right. It's a nice redemption story for the Titus guy, because in the previous Warhammer game, like he does all this stuff and stops this chaos from erupting on this planet, but in the wake of that, he touches something that's chaos related, and they deem him as a heretic, basically, even though he did save the planet. So they pretty much sent him off to like almost like a prison, but it's not. It's more of like they sent him,
like they exiled him.
Yeah, so they put him in a squad called the Death Squad, and the Death Squad is kind of like, it's like you're there to serve till you die, basically. So that faction is based off of a lot of chapters put together from different areas. So you got guys who are like, maybe they're Blood Angels, or maybe they're an Ultramarine, or maybe they're a Salamander. So like they're all exiled from their main ones, and they call themselves the Death Watch, because basically you're there to serve out your term till you die. And the way this game picks up is it kind of picks up right from there. So he served his time in the Death Watch over a century.
Now it's his redemption arc.
Right. Okay. And by the way, Space Marines, they live for a very long time. He served as an Ultramarine for a very long time, and then
I guess being a prisoner until you basically die would be
right.
torture, because you live forever almost.
Well, and because they're genetically modified humans, like they have like multiple hearts, multiple sets of organs, like so like these guys can live forever. So he serves 100 years in the Death Watch without dying, and basically he almost dies, and they feel like, hey, like he served his time, like save him, we'll bring him back.
100 years he was in prison? Damn, imagine being in prison for 100 years.
Yeah. Damn. And these Space Marines, they have these things called service studs on their head. So like every service stud is like I forget how many years it is, but Titus has like 4 service studs on his head, and I think that's like over 200 years of service.
Damn.
Which is insane.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah. So
right?
We'll do a whole episode where I talk about
maybe if I end up getting into it, that definitely will be something that we end up talking about, so then you'll be able to hear my take.
I can nerd out on that all day, dude.
So I guess for our like last question, if there was a game that you could play for the first time ever, didn't know it existed, and you were able to replay it fresh, which game would that be for you?
That's an easy one. Halo 3. Oh, I would love to experience that brand new, like I just got this game and I'm learning everything all over again. That game is timeless, for me at least.
I'm guessing I'm too much of a fanboy, but for me, I know it just came out, last year? No. Yeah, last year? Expedition 33. If I was able to replay that game with no knowledge of it and didn't know what I was getting myself into, I totally would want to play a fresh new playthrough of that game, because
fair enough.
That game's phenomenal. Like, has everything. It has like a story, great characters, great music, which I actually listen to, like the actual soundtrack. It's one of the few gaming soundtracks that I listen to on my own, on like Spotify or YouTube. So yeah, I would love to be able to replay that game fresh.
I feel the same way with Halo. Like all the music they had in there was just like,
oh yeah, definitely,
it was just perfect for that game. Like they nailed that, and then just experience the story. Like that was such a good ending for Halo for me. Like I would have been okay of never knowing what happens to him. He just floats off into space and just kind of dies that way. I would have been okay with that.
Definitely.
But obviously things change and companies take over. And they sort of ruined a good character with a good story ending. They didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, definitely they didn't. Well, also too, it wasn't Bungie's.
I know.
It wasn't Bungie's call to make 4, 5, and no, only 4 and 5. Well, technically 6 because Halo Infinite would technically be 6.
It's just not the same
I
though.
don't even know where.
But the way that one's supposed to continue off of Halo 3.
Really?
Yeah, from what I understand, because he wakes up in hypersleep. Same thing.
I never. I don't know. I don't know
if I'm not
anything
mistaken.
about Halo Infinite. I only know 4 and 5 because I did play them.
Yeah.
But like Infinite, if you were to ask me, like, hey, what do you think of it, or what do you think of the story, I wouldn't be able to tell you what the story was or anything because I don't know, and I don't have any info about that game. Yeah, what it was, it looked cool, I guess, from the trailers that I saw.
I almost wanted to play it, but I was like, you know what? I gave the last 2 Halos a chance, and they fucking killed it for me. So I can't imagine this one's gonna be any better.
I had so much hope for Halo 5. That was the one that was like, you know what, Halo's back with the story that they wanted to, from what the trailers seemed like. From what they showed you in the trailers, that's what I thought the story was gonna be. And when you actually play the game, the way that they made the trailers look, it was like it felt like that for maybe halfway through the game, and then that was it. Because my favorite thing about the whole idea is that because I think the way they started off the trailer is like Master Chief's gone rogue or whatever, and then the new I guess Master Chief, I don't even remember his name or whatever, ends up having to hunt him.
Spartan Locke.
Yeah, Spartan Locke. He ends up having to hunt him, and then it's like the whole game is just you chasing after Master Chief. I was like, that's such a cool idea when they showed me the trailer, and I was like, that story sounds like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And then I played it, and it was like that for a bit, and then it gets to a certain point where I think they're fighting each other, and then I think they agree on something, and then they end up teaming up. Yeah. And I was like, man, you just ruined the whole freaking game. I would have loved the whole game from beginning to end, them just chasing Master Chief and Master Chief getting the upper hand on them every single time. That would have been so cool. But then it kind of gave me that Batman v Superman vibe when he says Martha. It's like, why'd you say that name? Because they both have a person that was close to them that was named Martha. So, and then they end up teaming up, Batman and Superman, which ruined that whole movie for me too. It was like, really, you guys are gonna stop fighting because of that one coincidence? I was like, get me out of here. So that's what Halo 5 felt like. Yeah, it felt like that Batman v Superman moment. I was like,
no, the trailers made it seem really cool. I like the idea of a Spartan hunting a Spartan. I was like,
that just sounds so cool.
I'm like, that sounds intense, dude. Like that's a good recipe for a good fight and good story.
Exactly.
But I didn't care for that.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But we'll move on to, I think we had a couple gaming news that came out. Actually, a good amount of stuff came out this week. We had a new. We'll probably talk about it more in depth. Briefly, we had a new Arc Raiders update. Not in game, but plans for what's going to be happening going forward from this point on, which is what is going to be our first segment because there's a lot to cover, but we'll tease it right here. And then what else do we have? We had Marvel Rivals get updated this week. The Devil Dinosaur came in, and then then Cyclops apparently is coming to Marvel Rivals in the second half of the update. And that trailer freaking blew my mind. I don't know nothing about Cyclops, and that trailer was like, I didn't know Cyclops can move like that. Can he actually move like that? Because I think you know a little bit more about Cyclops.
Yes,
than I do.
He's such a good character and very underrated and underused in the movies. Unfortunately, they nerf him really hard in there, and I think and I'm hoping that
is he more than just a guy with lasers?
100%. He's the leader of the X-Men.
Well, I know that, but
he is what
any other, I guess, attributes or any other abilities that this guy has.
If I can compare him to anybody in the Marvel universe, he's like Steve Rogers.
Oh, is he a super soldier technically? Cyclops?
No, he's strong in his own right, and obviously he's got the beams. But as far as a leader's mentality goes, he's like Steve Rogers. He just holds the Avengers together. He holds the X-Men together. He gives the command. There's a reason why he's the leader of the X-Men is because he's a very good tactician. He's very good and strategic.
He's very smart.
Yes,
but he's just a normal person. Well, not normal. He's a normal person with lasers type of thing. Because again, I don't know too much about Cyclops, but that trailer made me want to hop on.
But he's got
Cyclops.
Yeah, I know he's got good hand-to-hand combat skills, and he's just very strategic, like I said. And
is he that fast? And they showed in the trailer, because they're all shooting at him, and he's just dodging all the bullets. Is he actually that fast? And
100%, he's that fast
in actual X-Men. Huh. entering. But that trip was freaking dope.
If we get a little bit of that in Doomsday of him, I'll be happy.
No, that's probably why they made this epic like trailer, because apparently they supposed to said that they might be making like Cyclops like super insanely strong in this Doomsday possibly, which is kind of cool because we're not getting a new Cyclops, we're getting the OG Cyclops from the original X-Men, so it's kind of cool to see him shine again. How many years down the road? Like,
yeah,
I don't even remember when X3 came out.
It's like a decade and a half.
Yeah, but being able to see our boy Cyclops return with some glory in Doomsday is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like again, I feel like Doomsday is going to do pretty good, but I feel like it's just going to mostly be because nostalgia purposes.
Oh, dude, 100%.
That's all it's going to be. But yeah, that was a pretty cool trailer. Yeah, I like his beams, and then like there's one thing he does, and he does like the beam, and then it splits into like multiple beams or something like that, and he kills like a bunch of soldiers right there. I was like, oh damn, I didn't know he could just split his beam like that. I thought it was just straight.
Yeah, just. Yeah. I believe he can. I just don't know how it's done.
But yeah, that trailer was definitely cool.
One thing I like about his powers is that like it's not necessarily like him producing that kind of power. His eyes are a portal to a dimension where it's pure energy like that. So when he opens his eyes, it's just the energy escaping from the realm that it is. It's not necessarily his energy, you know.
But yeah, I might hop onto Team Cyclops when that update comes, and yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. We got Fortnite, which we haven't played Fortnite in freaking forever, but apparently with the new update that just came out, I might actually try to get back onto it, even though I just recently uninstalled it. Yeah. But there's like a couple new things that they added that our buddy Devo, unfortunately couldn't be here today, but was telling us about it. Like apparently now when you're using your glider, remember that was always a thing. It's like a glider. You have to wait all the way until you actually land on something to be able to like start moving and all that stuff. Apparently now, if you're on your glider, you can actually cut your glider to actually drop faster. And apparently, even if you're falling from like a something that would kill you, it wouldn't kill you. It'll leave you with 1 health. So you're able to get down even faster, apparently. And I was like, what? They're barely adding this? How long has Fortnite been around? And they're barely adding this feature? Like, that should have been a thing. And I don't know, like early Fortnite, being able to cut your glider like that.
I feel like that's going to cause a lot of people to lose quick.
Oh yeah, definitely.
People are gonna drop down.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, then, boom. They're gonna be balls and be like, I could just drop myself right now. Yeah. Be left with 50 health or something like that. Yeah. And then I'll go find something.
Being able to jump and just use the glider at will, that's gonna be pretty good.
That's pretty cool. And then apparently, like even if you're jumping from like a small height, you can actually use your glider now. Apparently, so you can't just. Because I think when you're able to use the gliders when you go on like the bouncer or. I think that's pretty much it.
Launcher, yeah.
Or something that launches you and you're able to use your glider. But now apparently from the smallest to height, you can actually use your glider, which is kind of cool. So I'm like, oh, nice. I get to use my glider at will now. And then apparently another thing, when you spawn in, once you land, you get to spawn in with a pistol.
I think that's
spawn in with a pistol, a shield recharger, and I think 1 throwable item.
I think that's cool.
That's gonna be interesting, but I feel like a lot more deaths are gonna happen a lot more quicker, especially if you're not finding something that quick, because it's just gonna be a pistol fight as soon as you see someone across from you or next to you.
To me, that just sounds like Call of Duty loadout to me. I'm just like, I get it sounds cool, but I feel like the way that game is played, it's just gonna cause a lot of people to get frustrated, because then it's gonna be like, I can't even find a gun without getting gunned down.
Well, he has a pistol, so he can't really complain. They can't really complain because they get a pistol as well. It's not like that person has a pistol and he doesn't have a pistol.
No, true. I feel like it's gonna be beneficial.
It's gonna be very interesting. I feel it's gonna be a lot more even sweatier than it already is, because if they see someone running to their start with the pistol.
And most of that's only in 0 build, so I think that's
it's only gonna be in 0 build, which is kind of cool. Imagine if all those features were in build modes.
Too chaotic.
Holy crap, that would be so chaotic. And then they got a Overwatch collab, which is actually kind of cool.
Oh, I didn't see that trailer.
They added like 4 different characters from Overwatch into the game, which is
the more popular ones,
The more popular ones, Tracer, Diva, and I think there's 2 other ones, but I can't remember what they are.
Never played
that
game.
But apparently, you can find Tracer's weapons inside the map now, and you get to use her abilities with whatever character you use, and it switches you to first-person mode. So you get to play Fortnite in first-person mode as soon as you pick up those pistols.
That's crazy.
And apparently you get all her abilities, so you get to dash 3 times, I think, and then you have the rewind ability. So then when I saw that, I was like, you know how stupid PvP is going to be when you have those pistols? Because I'm just imagine you see someone on the roof, they jump down, they're shooting at you, whatever, then they do a rewind, and then they're back on top again. Like that's gonna be insane PvP if everyone has like the tracer pistols, which kind of makes it kind of fun because then you get kind of cool clips with the rewind ability and being able to dash. So it definitely seems like it's gonna add some like extra like juicy goodness for like clips and everything. And I forget what else. I think they might have added a couple more things, but I don't remember everything. But I'm definitely kind of impressed with what they added with this new update. And I don't know, I might reinstall it. I do miss all my emotes.
That's one game I don't think I'll ever uninstall just because of how much money I have invested in that game.
It's like I just installed it like maybe 2 weeks ago because I needed to make space for some other stuff, especially for all our videos and stuff, which take up crap ton of space. So
yeah,
I was like, I'm not playing Fortnite. I'm just gonna uninstall it. And then as soon as I did that, 2 weeks later, this sick ass update is coming out. I was like, oh, I don't want to play Fortnite again.
I mean, that's why I like holding on to that game because it's free.
Yeah,
and it's I mean, you know me, I have like the 5 terabytes of storage on my PlayStation. So like,
but since I have the PS5 now on my next to my setup, I'm just gonna play. If I do play Fortnite, it's gonna be on my PlayStation instead of having it on my PC. So yeah, that's kind of cool because it's free to play. You don't need PlayStation Plus since it's a free to play game, which is kind of nice. Imagine if you had to play PlayStation Plus to be able to play Fortnite online on PlayStation. That'd be insane.
I'm not surprised if they would do that. Huh?
But yeah, that was and then also very interesting because it's like very close to like Arc Raiders. You know how people are always requesting PvE stuff and everything. Apparently, Marathon in season 2 is going to be adding a PvE only mode. So it's kind of interesting that the game that was a little bit more challenging, definitely a lot more harder of an extraction shooter than Arc Raiders is getting a PvE mode first before Arc Raiders is, because that's been like the talk for Arc Raiders. Give us the PvE mode. Give us the PvE mode.
I feel like it's a desperate attempt to grab people.
And honestly, I'm kind of down with the PvE mode only for Marathon because I really like the gunplay. I love the aesthetic of the whole game. It's okay. It's like okay experience when I do play it. But like if it was just a PvE game, like I feel like the game will be even better because I get to just I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'll enjoy it a lot more. So definitely might be in June because I think that's when that update's coming out. Might be hopping back onto Marathon just for that PvE only mode. I'm wondering how the loot system's gonna work on that game because it's like there's a lot of good weapons and loot in that. So I'm like wondering if it's gonna be the same pool as if you were playing PvP, or because it's a PvE mode, you're gonna get like limited loot. I don't know, but definitely interesting to see that Marathon's the first one to introduce the PvE mode when they were originally an extraction shooter. But I'm like, is this the way that they're trying to get PvE into it? See if people like it, to maybe give us a story mode, a campaign, where it's like Destiny, where you have like your campaign stuff, your PvE stuff that has like a story, and then you have a multiplayer that you get to play. If that is the way of them trying to introduce that, sign me up. I'm cool with a full campaign, PvE only Marathon, and then having the extraction shooter as a side thing. That would be so freaking dope. And I feel like that might be the play, possibly, especially since it's just slowly been deteriorating for people that have been playing it. Yeah. So honestly, I'm all for it if they end up turning this into like a Destiny 3 almost.
I have my mixed feelings about that game. I just feel like for me, it's a desperate attempt for them to grab people to play the game.
Yeah. And that's for anyone, though.
And I mean, I was reading the articles where it's saying it's on track to lose the company $1 billion. Yeah,
but they still want to invest in it, which is very interesting.
Because they have no choice. It's like they just built this entire ass game. They made it like tried to make it a flagship game for Bungie, and unfortunately, whoever's running Bungie up there is not doing a good job with it.
And unfortunately, also too, it's just been kind of deteriorating, not because of Marathon, but like Destiny 2. Like apparently, from what I've seen, like people were enjoying it, but then it's slowly been kind of falling apart. So pretty much, I'm pretty sure when they announced Marathon, people were already like falling off Destiny 2, and then when Marathon came out, they're like, dude, can I really trust Bungie? They kind of just ruined my whole experience in Destiny 2.
It's funny.
Do I really want to hop onto a Marathon?
There's been a resurgence of people going back to Destiny 1 again, just because they're over the BS and just kind of replaying, the missions, the campaign, and all that.
I'm surprised those servers are still on.
Yeah.
But definitely interesting. I'm definitely gonna be there for season 2 when that PvE mode drops and just get a vibe for it and see if I like it because I do have the game, so might as well play whatever comes in
Get your
season
money's
2.
worth.
Well, technically, I already played a lot of it, so I already got my money's worth. It was only $40. I got my money's worth in that game. Fun experiences, but it just hasn't been pulling me into wanting to play it as of recently. So maybe the PvE mode is going to change that. So we'll see. Tune in to find out in June about that. And I think that was it. I think there was kind of just little leaks that might suggest that we might be getting GTA 6 for $80.
Later, yeah.
Because we were talking about it in the last podcast, kind of just speculation. But this one seems more of like more real, plausible, even though more plausible. Even though there's still leaks, so you can't really take it for like that's what's
for face value. Yeah.
For face value. So
I think if the leak is true of it being $80, I think
that makes sense.
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable.
For a game that's been in development over a decade, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. Nintendo's already made their games $80 for like their Switch 2's game, so why not Rockstar, which I feel like Nintendo still makes more money than Rockstar, but Rockstar is just as big of a company as Nintendo.
No.
But they're gonna why not sell it for $80?
I think Rockstar, you can't really compare the two because Rockstar makes games and it's like it's quality over quantity. Nintendo just kind of throws games out. Yeah.
So we could say that quality over quantity, but then 6 comes out and it just feels
it's not
overbearing. I don't think so. But
I don't think
there's always the way the gaming industry is now. There's always that little doubt, unfortunately, because there's been a lot of big companies that have like released games and you've enjoyed their stuff, and then they kind of made like bad moves, or it hasn't impelled your interest as much. So
I think they learned so much from the last Grand Theft Auto with how they ran the online servers there and the things they're putting out that it would be really hard for them to screw that up in the next one, just because they have the blueprint for what worked. Now they just need to improve graphics, better stories and stuff, and just move it to the next one.
We'll definitely see. It's definitely going to be a game changer once that game comes out. It may break the company. It may make the company even more valuable than it already is.
I think so.
It could go either way, I feel. Because if the expectations are this high for everything, and then they deliver like mid-tier of what the expectations were, that's already a huge, I feel, detriment. It's very detrimental to Rockstar because it's just like, I had my expectations here, and you delivered right here. So,
but
we'll see.
If it does good, though, this is going to put Rockstar in an entirely different realm of games.
Definitely different level.
I don't know where they could go from there, because the next game after that, however many years it takes, is going to be insane.
Right now, I feel like it's like a gamble. It could be super below there because the bar's so high, or it might be slightly more, or might be exactly what people wanted. So
I don't know, man.
We'll find out in
based off the trailer, it looks insane
November.
Already.
We'll find out in November. But apparently, $80 might be the price tag, and the deluxe edition
base price
might be $100. Which, when I think about it, it's like, damn,
sounds about right.
And you get to play the game according to these leaks that you'll be able to play the game 7 days early. Everyone's gonna buy the $100 one, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because technically it's like, oh yeah, we're selling the game for $80, but technically when you think about it, because a lot of people are gonna be buying the $100 one because of the early access. Technically, it was $100 game. Yeah, they just sort of just like, hey, we're gonna give you a cheaper option, but we already know everyone's gonna buy this one. So in a way, it's kind of like it's kind of
I think that's on purpose, though.
Yeah,
because it's like, we made you wait this long. You're gonna wait one more week.
Yeah,
and I think
no one's gonna want to wait to be able to play that game. If they get to play it a week earlier, everyone's hopping on to this. So technically, they sold the game for $100 instead of $80.
I think that's a clever marketing plan.
But if you're like me, I'll just wait till the $80. I'll just pay the $80 and play it a week later. That game's gonna be around forever, like for a while. So me playing it a week earlier, I don't think is necessarily something that I need.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, I think that game is just gonna dominate the market. I think for the year that game comes out, any game up to like 8 months after that game is just gonna be dumped on.
Yeah, because everyone's going to just be playing there.
I think if any game developer is smart, they won't release any games that year, and it'll just be that game only. I know there's going to be developers that do drop games, but it's just like you're doing yourself a disservice by trying to compete with something that's going to dominate the market.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think after the following year, like January, I feel like it should still be fine because it's like a brand new year. You got a bunch of new games, and I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like people are gonna play Grand Theft Auto, but I feel like it won't be too detrimental to people. But you just can't release it a month before GTA, and you can't release a game on the month of GTA.
Oh yeah.
Like no other game could come out that month.
No.
It should come out that month, and then maybe if it's coming out in November, you definitely can't release anything in December because everyone that's gonna go Christmas shopping for whoever they're getting the gifts for is automatically gonna buy GTA 6. So in a way, GTA just takes over Christmas pretty much. So unfortunately, I don't think any game could get any sales because usually December is like the big deal, the big way to make a lot of money for a lot of these companies and stuff because everyone's trying to buy stuff for Christmas and everything.
Everyone wants it.
So if GTA is out, yeah, no one's gonna really, unfortunately, buy this game. Everyone's just gonna buy GTA 6 that didn't have it for Christmas.
And then once the online kicks off, done. Because if I remember correctly, I think the game is going to be out for at least 2 months before they release the.
We'll see.
I think when people, I think this is going to be the way they gauge how many servers they're going to need for this game is when people download it. That's like, okay,
you know how much server?
I know
a lot.
They're going to be like, okay, we got about 6 million players, so they're going to need about double what that is because usually that'll increase when the online comes out.
And then also too, just all the things that you're going to have to do to maintain those servers because that's when that thing goes online. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to get on. You're not gonna be able to log in the day one.
No, you're gonna have a wait time.
You're gonna have either a wait time, or you might not even be able to log in the whole day, and that could also feel like be detrimental to Rockstar if it doesn't have a smooth online experience because everyone's like, "Oh, I'm excited to play the online game," and then for the next couple days they can't because either everyone's trying to log in or the servers can't maintain all these people, or they just can't connect at all. And I feel like that may be able to like pull some people away from being able to play the online because it's like I'm having all these issues, and then when I do log in to finally get in line, once I get out of the line to be able to get into the servers, it crashes.
Yeah.
So definitely there's gonna be a lot of stuff weighing on them for when they release the online first thing for just the quality of the servers. And that no one gets kicked off, especially if they're waiting like let's say an hour to be able to get into the server, and then they finally get in, and then it crashes on them or disconnects them from the server. That can definitely be detrimental to Rockstar for the.
I think they're smart enough to prepare for that, though. Let's
hope.
Yeah,
I don't want to get like they haven't disappointed us yet, but again, in this climate, it's kind of like I hope. I can't be like for sure like that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
because you never know. But that's all. That's pretty much our news for today. It's pretty exciting week. Definitely lots of things to look forward to in the next coming months, and then prep for GTA when it comes out in November. I really hope they don't delay it.
I know, right?
If they delay it again, that would be insane. They delay it to next year.
I would rather a company wait long till the game's done and developed than just release it and then make the updates to fix it later on. I can't stand it when a company will do that. They'll release a game that's unfinished with problems, and then they release the patches as time goes on. I don't like that. Because it's like, why am I going to buy an incomplete game when you're not done with it? Wait the time, finish the game, then release it.
Yeah, but sometimes the higher ups don't want to keep on delaying it because they want to be able to cash in on that money.
They want their money now.
So it's not even most of the time. I would say it's not even the developers' fault. It's the higher ups out there trying to call the shots.
Yeah. But that could make or break a game too. Is like, hey, if everybody's having all these problems, like I'm not gonna play it.
A lot of the what do you call it? All the ones that invested into the company are pressuring the company to be like, hey, we've invested excess amount of dollars. We need this game to come out in 2 weeks. Like, and then it's just like, well, the game's not ready. It's like, well, I want to see my investment already. So then, unfortunately, it might not even be the company's fault at all. It might be the people that were investing into it that might be calling the shots on them. So. In a way, I never want to blame the developers for when a game comes out like half-assed or whatever.
True.
But that is what it is. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. Definitely exciting. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about for Arc Raiders. Do we want to start off with our week in Arc Raiders, or do we just want to hop into the update for Arc Raiders?
Let's talk about the update real quick.
Yeah, well, no, that's not even going to be real quick because there's a lot of stuff to cover that just got recently announced for info going forward for Arc Raiders, which is going to be very interesting.
I am excited for the leaks that we've heard and are like possibly true. I think are are amazing. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
some
I
of
think it's a
the.
good step in the direction for this game for it to have longevity like people
Mhm.
wanted to.
Well, the leaks did get one thing correct. It was that we're getting a snow map because they Arcade Embarking confirmed it themselves that a snow map is coming out at
Hmm.
the end of this year. So
October.
technically,
Yeah.
so the leaks were correct on there. I don't know about all the other stuff like I think they had like a new weather condition, all these other stuff that
There's
they
like 2
announced.
new weather conditions we're getting.
Yeah, so those ones haven't been confirmed yet because Embark didn't really touch on that. They did say that weather conditions and other things were coming, but they didn't confirm that those were the
Yeah.
ones that we're getting. So, but they did confirm the Frozen Trail. So, if they did confirm the Frozen Trail, I definitely feel like the rest of
Hmm.
the leaks might be
Oh yeah,
correct.
because we're gonna get new arc, new weapons, new
Flying Arc.
yeah, new flying arc.
Wait, I think Embark announced that themselves that you're
Yeah,
going to be getting a big
more.
ass arc that pretty much flies around, and apparently you're going to be able to hop into the arc because of how
That's gonna be
massive it
cool.
is. If that's the case, everyone's just gonna go in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be the what do you call it? What's the from Fortnite? The place that everyone goes to.
Oh yeah.
What's it? What's it called?
Shit. Can't remember the name, but yes, I know what you're talking
Where all
about.
the building, like the big old tall buildings are
Yeah.
and everything. Toontown, City Town.
No.
Oh wow, I can't. That's how long I have not played Fortnite. I don't even remember like the place where everyone goes to be like the
Something towers or
sweatiest.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, dang it! I can't remember.
Yeah.
Twisted Towers.
Maybe. I don't
No, they
know.
go Twisted
No.
Towers.
But anyways.
But that map, I feel like that whole flying arc is gonna become that.
Oh
Everyone's
yeah.
just gonna land there, and I'm pretty sure that's where all the good loot's gonna be. So yeah, that's gonna be if you wanna have a bad time, I feel like you're gonna want to jump onto that ship. Yeah. But that's gonna be very interesting of how if it's gonna be able to fit all the players inside that ship. I wonder how big it's gonna look like in game. That's gonna be very interesting.
And then the new map that they're releasing, it's supposed to be the biggest map to date on Arc Raiders, which I think is cool.
And it's funny because before they even announced like the Frozen Trail stuff, like we were just talking about it too. Like we're like, oh, what would you want for a future map? And we're like, you know what map we need? We need a snow map. The snow map would be cool because I don't mind the snow weather condition too much, but I don't know. I'd rather have a full a map that's based around snow, not just a weather condition.
I think that there should be 2 ways to counter that: either better cosmetics that will help prevent you from getting cold, or an item that keeps you warm. Maybe like a lantern you just hook up to your side or something.
Well, yeah, but we don't know if that's how the new Frozen Trail map's gonna work. It might just be regular. It might not be like the way the map condition works. So we don't know for sure how that's gonna be. But yeah, we were definitely wondering. It was like or asking that it'd be really cool to get a snow map because I don't know. I feel like snow maps in most games that I see, I always enjoy those maps for some reason. Yeah. Like I don't know why I like the aesthetic so much for the snow, but yeah, like even like Avalanche from Gears of War. I love that map from Gears of War 2. I think it was Gears 2. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite maps, and it was a snow map. So
and the snow would cave in on
everybody. Yeah, it was caved in right in the middle, and if you were right there, you would die instantly.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I missed that map.
Such a good map.
Yeah.
But and then we're gonna get the new trader next week.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be getting a new trader, which is insane. That we're gonna be apparently it's gonna be offering high-end items
in exchange for something.
High-end items. So apparently, I don't know what that's gonna entail. Maybe a queen reactor.
I'm hoping we can trade like blueprints for something, like because you get a stack of good blueprints. Yeah. It's like, well, I could just sell them for 5K, but that's it. But hopefully it's something like, hey, you give me this blueprint, you can pick from this.
Yeah, so it's gonna be very interesting how that trader is gonna work, and then apparently also too, you might be able to buy from the trader. Inventory slots.
So they're
going to be expanding the inventory. I don't know how many inventory slots. I think it might be just 5 inventory slots every time you buy it. So if there's what I'm hoping, or no, not what I'm hoping. What I feel like it's going to end up coming down to, I feel like there's going to be a cap.
Of course.
Like, I don't think you're going to be able to buy that infinitely. That would be really cool though. You could just, as long as you have the refunds rate, you could just keep on buying 5 slots, and then expand your inventory like immensely.
I mean, if it was going to be like that, it should be like, hey, whatever it costs, it'll be double the next time, then triple, then 4 times, then 5 times.
Yeah. But I'm like wondering if it's going to be capped, or is it going to be like as long as you have the funds for it, you can keep on buying inventory slots.
That, and they're also adding something for the expeditions where they're going to give you 5 slots where you
Yep.
could put 5 blueprints you want to keep for the next one,
Yep.
which I think is perfect.
Or I think it might not just be blueprints. I think it might be anything.
Mm.
So that's kind of cool. That might actually make me want to do an expedition now, because I do have some gun blueprints that I have saved already. So I'm like, you know what's funny? Because I have a decent amount of blueprints that are weapons inside my inventory, and I was just thinking about deleting them, but then the trader got announced that you're gonna be able to like send them to her or send them to this trader, and then if you do an expedition, those get transferred over. I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't delete them. I would have been, if I would have did that, and then that would have got announced the next day, I would have been so upset.
I'm like, I have a few that I would save already. Just
so because I already have an anvil and a torrente saved up in as a blueprint, so now I get to send them over to her, which is kind of cool because then it kind of frees up 5 slots. Sending them over to the trader. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be interesting, and I'm definitely interested to see if they expand on that trader more. Like this might be just like it when it comes out, but then they might expand it to do more different types of things. So that's going to be definitely cool to see, and I'm definitely excited. I don't know when the new trader is coming out. I think they might be coming in the middle of the week, maybe like Wednesday, possibly.
Yeah, you're good.
So yeah, definitely excited to see that we have this new trader system in there, and then
I think that's gonna be a lot. It's gonna increase the hunt a lot more.
Oh yeah,
those kinds of things.
That's gonna make me want to grind the blueprints now. Because every time I find a blueprint, I'm like, I don't really need it.
Get rid of it.
I'll just delete it or sell it.
Yeah.
And then now that I have this trader, now that I can send blueprints over, I'll be like, oh, now I want to find the next cool blueprint, even though I already found it, because I can just send it over to my next expedition.
Going back to night raids.
Yeah, going back to all the night raids.
Dude, I haven't touched a night raid so long since I got all the.
But I think the biggest thing that we got from this week, or no, last week from Embark, because they, as soon as those leaks got announced, they literally came out like maybe a day or two after that, saying like, "Hey, this is the plan for the next, for the next future."
I think
Arc Raiders. And apparently they're changing it so they only get 2 major updates every single year,
which is perfect.
Which I don't know how I feel about that, because I don't know. It depends on the quality. For like, it might work perfectly fine if we're getting a crap ton of stuff for the next 2 days, like for the next 2 years, or no, for the next year, getting those 2 updates. Like if it's a crap ton of stuff, I feel like it could work. But like if it's like not game changing, if the update doesn't feel different, and having to wait for another big update later down the road, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the first half of the year, and then the end of the year that we get the second update. Oh no, I don't think that's going to carry people's interest, even though it's like, oh, we're getting a big update.
So when they say like the major updates, like they're talking about like adding new arc, more maps, new guns and stuff. We're still gonna get like up regular updates.
Yeah, but
they're not gonna be major. Like we may get a
quality of life.
Yeah, which I think is fine. I think
fixes, patches.
I think that should carry. Kind of like this new Riventides update. I think we'll still get updates like that, but like a huge, massive change. I think the two times.
Oh no, I think with the new 2 major updates, we might not even get most of what we got in like every single month for those types of updates. We might get barely anything for those for the meantime between updates.
Well, they're saying that the update that's coming in October is going to be even bigger than when the game launched. So if the updates are like that for the 2-year span, I think that's perfect.
The only thing is like, again, they've been doing a pretty good job updating every single month, but then let's say it's not till October when you get something game changing and you're barely doing anything to be able to carry people's attention all the way to October. People are going to forget about it. By the time October hits, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I forgot Arc Raiders still exists, because everyone's either hopped onto something new or playing something else that gets kind of updated more frequently or something. But if they are doing like the big update, but they're still making decent game-changing things for the game to be able to hold you over to October, then I don't mind that too much. But I definitely feel like it's gonna be pretty risky for them.
I think
maybe they end up proving that the big update is going to be enough to carry us for the next excess amount of months, or maybe they might fall short and making people wait too long for the big old update, and they're only doing little things here and there. It's like, oh, you're going to get a patch that nerfs some guns, buff some guns, You might get a couple other little things like quality of life stuff, but you're not getting anything big. And it's like I don't know if those necessary little changes are going to carry over people to like we get the major one in October.
I think regardless, when it comes out, people are gonna come back to it. If that, yeah, it may kind of sort of die out towards that, but you'll still get that crowd of people that are gonna be like, oh shit, like something new with this game that I haven't touched in a while. Like let's jump back into
Yeah.
it, and it'll just kind of respark the. I think as long as a company is able to do that, and then we need to keep in mind this is a game that this is a free update that you don't have to pay for either. It's not something I haven't invested anything more than $20 in this game because you bought the game for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's doing itself justice by having these little quality of life changes and updates. So
we'll definitely see in the next couple months because we're not getting the big update till October, most likely. That's when we get the first big major update. So I don't know. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how they keep people's because in any game, especially for a live service type of game, you don't want there to be dead space between there to get to the big update. Like you want people to consistently play, even though you won't have a big update till then. So it's like I'm really interested to see how they go about it with these like smaller changes. Are they going to be game changing? Not massive, but like somewhat game changing. It makes you feel like you're playing a different type, like a different than it was last month or something like that with the Riventides update. Like I wonder what kind of changes are going to come while they have everyone wait till October.
Yeah. I mean,
because again, you don't want people to stop playing your live service game because then that's a bunch of months that have no traffic and you're like paying to be able to keep these servers open and everything, and then you don't have as many people playing, so then that's kind of a detriment in like funds.
True. But again, I mean,
who knows? Embark hasn't let us down yet. Well, us down, probably for some other people, but hasn't let us down. So I'll trust them that we're gonna get something good in October. But I just got to see how they go about it in the next couple weeks, or maybe the next month. You probably won't see anything like updating wise till like next month, maybe.
Yeah, because when the season ends for this trials, I think it's like in 30-something days. That's when we might get an update. The next like quality update, which I think maybe they'll add a new map, a slightly new map or something like that. I don't know what it is.
It'd be kind of cool if they started, because it's kind of weird that they only did it to Damn Battlegrounds, but they added more locations to each map. Because they added to Damn Battlegrounds, the place that we always go to for the resources. I was like, I wonder why they haven't done that for any of the other maps. Like expand these maps.
I think it's just because of the way the map's designed. I would love to see like Buried City. Hello, Buried City. Like should be an underground.
Ooh,
I don't know why that's not
cool. If there was like a whole underground, a whole underground city.
That's what they should do. They should utilize the trains that are down there, the tunnels, and you
maybe some.
You should be able to walk those tunnels and come up in different spots on the map,
or like pyramids. That'd be kind of cool. Desert, having a big old pyramid that you get to go and explore in. Like it definitely would be cool if, as the game's getting upgraded, the maps are getting upgraded, so it doesn't feel like Buried City feels like when I played it back when it originally came out, back in when back when it originally released. Like you want it to feel like as the game's upgrading, the maps are updating. So you have new things. You might be like, oh, well, it's a little weird for like story purposes. It's like, well, maybe they uncovered something new that they didn't find in Buried City, and that becomes a whole new location or something.
One thing about Buried City I don't like is that on the outskirts of the map, it's a lot of dead space that's just there. Like it's just sand. Like we could have easily utilized that space.
Oh yeah, definitely
done something a little bit better.
Yeah,
but everything seems very centralized in that map. It's like, hey, you're forced to come inward and then meet everybody basically.
So yeah, I definitely would be able to see cool to see all the other maps get the Damn Battlegrounds treatment instead of, so I don't feel like I'm playing the same map since day one.
Yeah, and then as far as like how our 2 weeks in Arc Raiders went, it was
anything else? Well, is there anything else for update wise for Arc Raiders?
Pretty much covered everything on that.
Is there anything? No trader? I don't think
that's it. It's like a small amount, but like it means a lot to the rest of us that are playing this game.
I'll try to think. Maybe I'll think about it as we're talking more about our weekend Arc Raiders, and we'll end up going off on a tangent and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. that was one thing that also got updated for Arc Raiders. But yeah, I think majority of things are good. But yeah, move on to our weekend Arc Raiders. You've been playing a lot more again. I did play at least did I play at least 2 days this week? I think I played the
Yeah,
last 2 days a week
yeah, you
this week,
did.
which is pretty nice. But let's start off with your weekend arc raiders.
And it was great, man. I mean, I played a lot with Rudy more than anything. I mean, you played with us maybe two different occasions, but like we've just been kind of hitting it hard trying to complete the. I already completed it. The pretty much.
I'm so close. I just need the roots. That's all I need.
Yeah,
And I think I'm done with that whole ass event as
yeah.
well.
So I completed both those events. The one for just playing the game and getting the merits, and then the other one for building the. It's like a bird cage, I
Yeah.
believe. So I mean, like I don't understand what the purpose of it serves just yet, but I'm sure they'll tell us at some point. But I grinded the hell out of that and completed it. And then like for the trials for me, like I'm sitting in the top 5 for like when I rank up to the next trial, I'll be like in Hot Shot, which is the second one closest to Cantina. So a lot of grinding on that. As far as like things that happen, a lot of PvP with me and Rudy. Like we're just going in there and just taking people's stuff. And there's been a few instances where we've traded left and right with some people, like teams wise. It's just like, damn it, like they were just better than us. They had better setup.
They're built different.
Yeah, built different. They had a better setup on the map. Positioning was just great for them. But then like there was one instance where like we played in the first 3 games, we just got skunked. And like, you know, I was like, all right, screw it.
Bet you Rudy was yelling at you
the
whole time those 3
It
games.
was like, ugh. He was losing it.
It's always fun when Rudy gets heated.
And then went on a few resource runs, regained a lot of the stuff that we lost, and it's like, all right, back to it. And then PvP'd like super hard.
Dang.
So it was good. I mean, I feel like I'm getting a lot better on the battlefield when it comes to being ready for people.
I definitely want to try to improve in like the PvP aspect because I watch a lot of like I watch one particular like person on YouTube and they're like do PvP and stuff and I'm just like just the feel and everything. I was like, oh man, I kind of just want to be able to like be a good like have like be that badass when it comes to PvP because it's just so satisfying when you get a kill, especially when you get the flare to come off. It's such a satisfying kill, but I just like I feel like I'm like I have my moments, but then there's a lot of times where it's like I didn't even stand a chance. It's like I want to maybe try to delve into becoming more of like a better PvPer because it's just like again, it's a satisfying.
It is
elimination.
It's gotten to the point when we play it and we start hearing a gunfight go off and a flare goes off. It's like, oh, let's go that direction, and then we'll just third party somebody. But you know what happens a lot is when we third party a team, we get people that 4th and 5th party us. And it's like, dude, like
that's a recipe for disaster, man.
Yeah. As soon as one goes off, everybody comes like sharks, dude. That's what it is.
But yeah, onward, keep going.
After that is, let me see. We played a lot on the Riven Tides map. I'm trying to help him complete it because I did everything before him. So helping him quest to get all those parts and stuff was just a little tedious because it's like while we're trying to do that, we have people that are just gunning for us for no reason, and it'd just be like, you know, we walk by and they're like, oh, get out of here, and just boom, it turns into that. So that wasn't too bad. He's still missing a few key items, but for the most part, he's almost done too.
Again, that was surprising because then I think when I played and I got to the final stat, Rudy was like, "Oh, I was like, man, now I have to find one of these legendary ships, the yellow ones or whatever, which are called the Leviathans or Leviathan ships." And he's like, "Oh, I got an extra." He's like, "What you need?" I was like, "I need the Leviathan ship." He's like, "I got 2 of them." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that just saved me so much time that he had an extra Leviathan ship." So I was able to. Rudy had an extra.
Oh yeah, because I gave him one and then he found one, and I was like, "Oh, there you go."
That saved a lot of time because I was like, I don't know how long it would have taken me to find that.
Dude, it took me so long to get that stupid ship. I must have played like 20 games before I found one.
So I played maybe 1 game, and then when I got up to that step, he was like, "Oh, I got it." So it only took me like, I think the 2nd game, and I already had it.
Nice.
Had the Leviathan ship thanks to Rudy. So I was like, "Oh, cool! I don't need to worry about that."
That's funny because I found that ship in damn Battlegrounds in just a random crate. And I was just like, I didn't know this could spawn here. Like, that's super random.
Your luck is insane, though, because going back to it with the... So he already had an extra... Because I needed the compressors, the turbine compressors. And then Joe was like, he was like, how many do you need? I was like, well, I need 2. And he's like, I have 1 extra one. I was like, oh, perfect. That's awesome. I just have to find 1 more. And so he gives me the ship, the turbine thing. And then, sure enough, I think maybe 2 games later... we found a courier, and then he's like, watch
it be a turbine.
Watch it be a turbine compressor right now. Because he's opened up, when we're playing, he's opened up couriers, but we didn't find anything.
Yeah.
But he said it right there, and then he's like, hey, watch as I find a compressor. I was like, all right. And sure enough, he opens it, automatically pops up, compressor. And I was like, bro, how? Like, he just made that happen. Like, the game hurt him? He was like, he wants a compressor, I'm going to give him one, the courier.
So my luck.
So that was insane luck. That knocked out two hard steps so quick because of the luck from this man.
I had to grind those couriers just to get those for myself too, so I know it took me a long time.
But yeah, that was pretty insane. And I think
I'm so glad that they incorporate that in that game, where it's like, hey, like if you're struggling to take out the big dudes, like you can possibly find it in a random lottery, and I'm just like, this is great because my luck in there is insane.
I think as I've been playing more this week, honestly, I'm starting to like Riventides a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, it's just like it's very fun. It gets a little frustrating, but there's like a challenge because usually with the other maps, the Ark, you see one flying around, no big deal, you deal with it, whatever. But like in Riventides, there's a crap ton of Ark. There's like 6 of them swarming together. There's just so many Ark, and I think I just like how more lively this map feels, even though it's smaller. Like, it feels so much more active, because I feel like a lot of the other maps at some point become very like boring, because nothing's really going on. You might not bump into a raider. You might not really bump into Ark because they're like very few and all that stuff. But like Riventides, you're getting either or. You're getting the smoke from either the Ark or the raiders, and I just like how active it is, because it keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
Instead of the other maps where it's just like, okay, it's kind of slow, and then sometimes you don't even come across anything, and you just get your loot and leave. So I've definitely been liking Riventides. So I feel like whenever we play now, I'm just like, let's go to Riventides. Like, that's all I want to do.
I don't mind playing it. I like it as a small map.
Yeah. At first, I had a little bit of mixed feelings that it was a smaller map, but then as I've been playing it more, I'm like, honestly,
it's nice.
I like it. It's nice. So honestly, Riventide's probably my favorite map now.
I think that map is so good for utilizing the Ark that's around you.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're fighting this team, but it's like we have to be careful because there's Ark around us. So it's just like, I'm going to throw a lure grenade that way. And then, then they have to start dealing with the Ark.
But there was one instance, you were there, but when I was playing, there was, when we went to the Riventides, there was people, remember, on the crane.
Yeah.
And then you zipline, and they started, Rudy zipline. And we didn't see them, but as soon as he ziplined, there was like someone shooting from the right and then from the far end. So then Rudy had to hide, and I think Jordan finally pushed in, and they were pushing, and then I finally got onto it as well, and I think Jordan got down, so I had to jump down, and he was like, just use the zipline, but I've been trying to utilize where you like jump from like high end, but then you grab a ledge, so that pulls you up. So then I did that. I shimmied my way down to revive him, and then I revived him, and the guys were still firing at Rudy, and Rudy was just like cornered, I guess. And then there was one guy, freaking idiot, dude. It was hilarious. I was happy for myself, but there was a guy, I was shooting at him, popping him, getting a good amount of shots, and then he tries coming down to me, and he pretty much does kind of the same thing I did, and he wants to jump on top of the crates or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like trying to shimmy and like doing a couple damage on him, and he throws a grenade down. And this guy's such an idiot. As he's throwing his grenade, he wanted to be ballsy or whatever. He's throwing the grenade, and then he lands on top of the crane, and where he throws the grenade is where he landed on. So he killed himself with his own grenade. And I was shooting at him too, and he killed himself. And I was like, what an idiot! And he was all trying to like talk all big and all that. He's like, I was putting in work. He's like, I was putting in work. Like, you guys didn't stand a chance against me. You're good that I got it. How? You didn't put it anywhere. You killed yourself, bro.
Last I checked, you're about to die, dude.
No, the guy was an idiot, but it was hilarious. Yeah, threw the grenade. He thought he threw it next to me. Nope, he threw it right where he landed. Killed himself with his own grenade.
And he took the fall damage and the explosion happened.
Exactly. And then, did we kill the other 2 guys that were up there?
Yeah, we did.
I think we chased them down. Did we make it out of that raid? I don't remember.
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't remember if we did, but yeah, it was pretty satisfying.
We've been having a lot of battles by those cranes.
That guy was trying to talk a lot of smack, and he ended up being the one that killed himself. Like I didn't have to do anything.
I like that area to battle because there's so many different levels. Like here's the ground, you're inside the buildings, you're on the crane, so it's like there's so many different places to take people out there, and I think it's very easy to screw that up.
And then we did go to like one where we were at the hotel, and like
Yeah.
we ziplined to the top of the roof, and then as soon as we did that, there was a vaporizer triggered on some people. We're like, oh, there's some people in there, but we were hiding so the vaporizer doesn't see us. And sure enough, as the vaporizer was bothering them, we ended up jumping in there to like take them down. And that's when I was using the anvil, and we jumped down. Finally, there's a guy across the way. I got a couple shots on him, and then there was another guy. He downed both of you guys, actually.
Yeah.
I think you guys got both of you.
Yeah.
And I was at this much health, and I had the anvil, bah, 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 and I downed him. I was like in the gray and everything, and I killed him, and I was like, oh shoot. I felt so badass right there, because then I killed someone else, I think, as well. Like I kind of popped off with the anvil right there, and I was like super low on health. But yeah, that was a pretty satisfying third party right there. Well, yeah, it was a third party because they were bothered by the vaporizer.
It's not our fault.
Yeah, so that was pretty satisfying because he thought he was gonna win that, and I ended up Dad. It was so sick. It was so sick. I think because I got like 2 headshots and then downed him by getting a chest shot. So, and then I revived both of you guys. Yeah, and I think they didn't kill the vaporizer, so then we were like, well, we might as well kill it because we need the trial done for this week with the vaporizer. And yeah, that vaporizer was not going down. It took a while to go down, and we're like, why is this thing not going down? And I think it finally, as soon as we took off 2 of its like I think what do you call it, engines or whatever, then it finally crashed down and blew up. And then after that, there was just tons of arcs spawning in after that. Like you had fireflies coming, you had wasps coming, you had hornets coming. And we're like,
that was a gang of them, dude.
And then there was the people, as we were killing that team, there was the people across the way that were trying to snipe at us from that like building or something like that. We didn't end up finding them, but we're like, as soon as we killed those guys, we're like, let's go find them. Well, like, they're not going to be there anymore.
One of them got down, and I think his buddy picked him up and they left. I was like, bitches.
I was like, damn. But yeah, they kept on putting like little pot shots into us.
Yeah, and I got a couple decent clips for us that we posted up.
Oh, I know. And apparently they've been getting a lot of traction on his TikTok, so he'll probably end up moving them to our TikTok as well. So then, if you're not following him, you can follow the channel where you'll be able to see those. But yeah, how many views did you get on those last 2 clips?
Well, the other one that's got like 5,500 views with like 130 likes, I think.
Insane.
That's crazy, and it was just so random too. I was like, this was just really funny, and I thought I clipped it. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And somebody else.
They were honestly, when I saw the clips, I was like, oh, these are good videos. So I was like, thumbs up to Jordan getting out the clips.
Yeah.
But we definitely need to try to get more active on our like socials and stuff, because like we post here and there, but we definitely need to be more active on there and stuff. Maybe eventually start trying to stream on Twitch, because YouTube, it's surprisingly every time you stream or whatever, we get like 3 viewers on there. So that's pretty cool. Consistently, so that's pretty cool. What else happened in our Arc Raiders week? I think we were top on the roof in that one like heavy zone, and then there was people that were like across the way, and we were gonna shoot at them, but then they ended up being able to leave through the hatch. And it's like, they bet you they had some good stuff, but they definitely went in the hatch. But that was something that happened that day. What else happened? I feel like there was still a lot more other stuff that happened on those days. On those days that we played Arc Raiders.
Just a lot of battling of teams. Yeah. I mean, we won some, we lost some. There was a lot of trading.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of third party stuff in those games as well.
A lot of resource runs.
Yeah. Is there anything else that happened for a week that I can remember?
I think that's pretty much it.
Not
it was
really.
a very simple week.
Yeah, very simple week with Arc Raiders. Definitely fun. Definitely should probably start trying to play more Arc Raiders on my end. But I don't know. Every time I get home, I'm just like, do I want to play Arc Raiders today? Or do I just want to go to sleep? Because most of the time when I get home, I'm just like, I just want to relax and go meanies. But yeah, it's still pretty jam-packed. Yeah, a lot of things coming for Arc Raiders, and I'm excited to see the shift with this new two updates per year, sorry. And yeah, but any guns that you were using a lot? this week that you noticed that you haven't been using?
Renegade.
Before?
I've been back on the Renegade a lot more.
Oh yeah, you had a clip where you freaking just popped off. You got a squad wipe with the Renegade.
I got it was like almost 2 squads because 4 people because we were playing 2v2.
Yeah, you got one with the grenade.
I sniped one.
I can't believe you were about to be like, "There's no other story starters." Like that was like the biggest highlight right there.
That one was pretty cool. Yeah, I've been popping off with the Renegade, and I like the combo for me is using the Renegade with the silencer because it's so quiet, and it's like when you shoot it, it's really hard to find where it's coming from. You just
but yeah, you got like a grenade kill
and then 4 headshots.
Yeah, 4 headshots. Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah, it was great.
And it was on Spaceport, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't think I was there for that game.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't there, but when I saw the clip, because
it was,
I was like, oh, I missed the freaking pop off.
And it's funny because when we joined that game, it was like we third partied a team, so we wiped out the first 2 guys, and then the guys who tried to fourth party us, we took them out.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we were looting the guys from the first wave that we took out, we got 5th partied. And we were pissed because it's like, fuck, dude, there was so much loot there that just left. And I can't stand that.
Yeah, I've been trying to use, I think what I've been using a lot this week is like the anvil. I don't know, for some reason I watched a video where someone was popping off the anvil, and I was like, oh. And it is pretty satisfying to get the anvil, but the thing is you have to have it at least at level 3 or 4, because if you have it at 1 or 2,
nothing.
It does not feel good. Same thing with the Renegade. You have to have it at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because you cannot use that at 1 or 2 because the fire rate's so slow. So yeah, I've been using that. What else? What other gun have I been using? I haven't been using too much of the Tempest, but I've been using the Anvil. I think I started trying to use the Renegade more too.
Yeah, it's good.
Because it's just it has especially when you get to 3 or 4, it has good fire rate and it has good damage.
It's good for like mid and long range battle. Up close, you gotta be really good with it. But for the most part, it's a good universal weapon to have because it takes out the arc pretty decently if you're just shooting at the propellers. And then I like to bring, no matter what, a Pharaoh. Okay. Just because for that long distance shot, like it's perfect for, and it's a heavy, so it does good.
We got a couple good kills too, and we got they were freaking gooped up. I forget which match that was, but yeah, we cleared them out. And yeah, they were oh yeah, I think did we talk about, no one didn't, but I remember what was it? I think you found, like, I didn't really find anything, but you found like a Tempest. You found like a bunch of good stuff.
This guy had like 6 guns on him,
And I was like, where's my good loot? Like, I got some decent stuff, mostly just to sell, and he's over here, I got this, I got this, I got that.
Yeah, unfortunately, like some players, they come in with nothing, and then some come in with everything. But I knew that guy that I killed, he took those weapons from other people because they were like damaged. And I saw that, I was like, oh, he must have taken it off these guys.
Yeah, but for pretty much this week, we only played like Riventides. I think when we needed to do a resource run, we did Dam Battlegrounds. We always
go to Dam for resources.
And I think we did play a little bit of Buried City, just me and Jordan, because we were trying to do a quest that apparently is like confusing. It's like try to find out who robbed the train.
Yeah.
And we were walking down the whole train station the whole time and did not find anything that told us you need to go there. So definitely interesting the way they did that quest. And I'm like, where the hell is this?
Still trying to figure it out.
I know, still trying to figure it out and get that quest completed, because I kind of want to see what if you finish all these quests, what kind of, because you always, usually when you finish the whole chain of quests, you usually get some decent loot. So I'm like kind of interested to see what the reward is for that one. But I think there was also too like some cool things that came up this week as well.
Cosmetics.
The cosmetics, we both ended up picking up. So he ended up getting the pirate one. And I was like, oh, that's pretty, like, that's really cool because you get the whole metal leg.
You got a mech leg and then you got a mech arm. I was like, what the hell?
And it's like, it looks really good. And like, I think it's like a white and gold.
It's black and goldish.
Yeah, black and goldish. I was like, ooh.
I didn't even know he had a mech arm until I took off his trench coat. I took it off and I was like, dude, what's on his arm? And I'm like, oh,
that's dope.
I'm like, oh shit, it's a robotic arm. Like, that's tight.
Yeah, he got that. And then sure enough, I was thinking about getting the Solaris set for the longest time because I was like, ooh, this skin looks like the one I would want to get. And then sure enough, the day that I ended up playing, they re-released or refixed the Castaway set, because it was an old set that was in the store already.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that thing. It was probably called something different. But there was like the Castaway set, and I saw it announced on their page, like new cosmetics coming, and I saw that. I was like, I don't want the Solaris set. I want that one. Because it has the cool little visor.
I
Like
think
that
that's
was
cool.
probably my favorite aesthetic was like the face part of it. But yeah, as soon as it dropped, I did have some coins that I saved up from when we were playing from like the events and stuff.
Same.
So I was like, I'm buying that one, and I ended up buying it. So I was like, oh, it's probably my favorite skin now. I don't.
I
Think
kind of like that vibe of like this, like the post-apocalyptic, like cyberpunk look, because that's kind of like with both of our skins that we got. I'm rocking like limbs, and then you have like the mask with the digital display on. And I'm like, that looks.
And like Rudy has his skin that he's been using lately too, where he looks like the Juggernaut.
Tachanka.
Oh yeah, Tachanka from
Siege.
Siege.
It's so sick. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely some cool cosmetics. Honestly, they've been doing pretty good with the cosmetics, and like they said, they want to make cosmetics that match the aesthetic of the game. So I'm glad that they haven't made anything silly.
Yeah,
I think the only one I thought was like a little not weird. It was just like was the Rachata set, that one that just recently came out. It was kind of like sportsy and all that stuff.
It's kind of
but it doesn't necessarily pull out of the feel of the game. So I really like that they haven't tried to be like, you know what, we're gonna put in freaking Disney characters or like something stupid. Dumb. Like I'm glad that they're keeping the aesthetic with our creators to suit that style.
No IPs yet.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe you could probably definitely do some IPs.
Oh,
you would have to be very picky. Not picky, but you have to pick the right ones because I definitely feel like there's some games that you can use.
It'd be cool if they did like
collab with for
a Fallout one would be sick. Because that's kind of right in that
Brotherhood
same
of Steel skin. Or even better, I always like the Enclave, which are like the counterpart of
or
the
a
Brotherhood of Steel.
Ghoul set. That'd be sick.
Oh, so definitely that would be cool. Actually, hey, Embark, you hear us right here. Do a Fallout collab
would be sick.
The aesthetic of your game perfectly. I feel. Like you said, a Ghoul, the Enclave, the Brotherhood of Steel,
even Vault Dwellers.
Yeah, even just the Vault Dwellers.
As goofy as that sounds, like it works.
But yeah, it's not. They're not. It's not. It's like just like a jumpsuit and anything. It's not like it's anything like that breaks immersion of the style of the game. So yeah, definitely be kind of cool to see a Fallout collab. Maybe they'll do a collab. Maybe one day.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that's been happening to our creators, and I think it's only going to get better as time goes on.
Yeah, and definitely, like I said, I hope that they have some decent stuff coming out for us before October.
I'm sure they will.
Hopefully, it's not just silence for the next.
There's no October. Way. They have such a huge. I think they have a really good fan base that they don't want to let down just yet. So
yeah, like again, they haven't disappointed us yet. Embark.
Yeah,
I know some people probably would say otherwise, but like for us, there's just like. We just want the things to improve for the game. Like I don't think, like again, we kind of, I feel like based this whole, like, I guess, podcast around like our creators. Yeah. Like we've always tried to include our creators in like our conversations and everything.
Strictly.
Like, it's been a big like game changer for us and giving us that vibe to wanting like to play games again.
Yeah.
Because like before our creators, we play games here and there, nothing too much. Like we didn't really have that feel for like wanting to play as much. Mostly like single player games and stuff. And then once our creators came out, we started playing that. Even though we played like a couple months after it came out, and we're just like, man, we should have played this game earlier.
Yeah.
And it's like taking our whole lives and just like the experiences you get every single time you go into a game. That's why we're able to just talk about our weekend art creators and make a whole segment out of it because there's just so much that goes on in different like ways. And I feel like definitely styles have changed. Guns that we use are different equipment we've used. And and then slowly becoming PvPers now when we're just like, let's just be PvEers. And now it's like, no, PvP all the time.
Screw that.
Because I'm like, I want that loot. I want all the people that took my loot, I want to make up and kill all those people so that I can get some good loot.
You're like, sorry, it's your turn.
But then it's funny because half the time when we do kill, like finally kill, like squadite, not all the time, but they'll have a free kit. And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
And they were sweaty as hell. And I'm like, bro, how are you sweaty as hell and you got a free kit, bro?
I think that's on purpose. So they're like, I don't want to lose anything, but I could do a lot with it.
Yeah, of course.
Which I think is valid in some instances, but it's like,
definitely excited to see the trailer come next week. Don't know when it's going to come out. Maybe a Wednesday, maybe a Tuesday, maybe around there. I think definitely not getting a Monday update.
No,
It does updates on Monday. It has to be like Tuesday or Wednesday. And it's definitely going to be interesting. How we're gonna have access to it? Maybe it's just gonna be in the menu.
It is,
possibly.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be that. That'd be kind of interesting if you actually have to go in the map, and then the trader's only in one little section.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool. That'd be kind of cool because let's say you're taking your blueprints because you're like, I want to transfer these over these blueprints into my next expedition, and you have to find a traitor in the map or whatever, and then you have a chance of losing those.
Yeah.
I feel like that would add even more tension. I feel like a lot of people would get pissed.
I would just rock my looting mark MK3 and never have that problem.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people, if they did do that, that definitely a lot of people would probably be a little upset. I was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to transfer these over, and then I got killed, and then I lost all these blueprints. And it's like, well, that was the risk. Yeah. It'd be kind of cool if they did it like Xur from Destiny, where he's like he's in the map, whichever map there is, and then he's like in a different location every single time. That'd be kind of cool to do, but I'm pretty sure they're just gonna implement it into the like main menu systems.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they will.
And I guess I don't think we talked about it last week, but they're thinking about doing a trading system and making Esperanza an actual social hub.
That would be cool.
It's not. I think it's a part of Esperanza. I don't think it's going to be the full city of Esperanza. It's going to be like a small little like gathering hub or something like that, where you're able to like trade with people, hang out, maybe do some emotes. And so it's going to definitely be interesting when they implement that, and then how many features they're going to offer. Yeah. Because they're going to have a social hub, which is kind of cool to have a social hub instead of because sometimes I don't know, for some reason this week, it felt like it took forever to find a match for some time.
Well, we're playing like in the dead of night, so I don't know.
But it would be kind of cool to be able to have access to the social hub and be able to do different things and interact with things while you're waiting for a game to queue up instead of just looking at the menu the whole time. It'd be kind of cool to be able to like do that. To be able to switch, be able to go on the social hub, hang out, talk, whatever. Do whatever you need to do.
Just like a Destiny one was.
While you're waiting for your game to load up, while you're waiting for a match to load up. And then what else? I think supposedly they might be trying to do some improvements with like the way you interact with your own room as well.
That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool because I don't feel like that's kind of the little things that they added to there. Like anytime you have like trinkets and stuff and you save them in your inventory, it gets put on your shelves and stuff. But it'd definitely be kind of cool to have like more interactivity where you can actually customize your space. And then you can invite other people to come see it. Like you're like, oh yeah, I have this trophy for all these arc that I killed or something like that. Like it's kind of cool. You can actually just because they had like that trophy events case. Case would be kind of cool if they made it like a regular, I guess, something you can invest in. So then you can make different trophies. So it's like you want a matriarch trophy. You need all these resources, and as soon as you get it, you get not a consumable, but like an item to be able to put in your like room. Yeah, that'd be cool. Definitely cool because then
something that shows like your stats of what you've killed,
and it definitely will show like the like be able to like customize it and be able to like show other people your rooms and like your, I guess, what would you say, your achievements. So like being able to have all your guns right here, your cool trophies that you've invested into, it would give you something else to invest in because instead of just investing in like the progression system, you'll be able to invest in just how you make your room look like would be kind of cool.
So dude, definitely.
It adds another reason to like grind the game even more because you're like, oh, I really want this cool trophy, but I have to do this. No, I think that would be really cool because it gives me something else to do, and then I get to show off to everyone and be like, "Huh, look what I got! Do you got that? No, you don't, because I do." So yeah. Dude, how would you feel if they ever did like melee weapons?
I feel like it could be beneficial to the game because there's sometimes when you're in a fight and you're too close to somebody and it's like you hit them with the pickaxe and it doesn't do anything and you're just like, oh, if that was a better weapon, I could potentially have killed them.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like the game also needs, because they have like arc and stuff, I feel like they need more ground units that are not just balls.
Yeah.
Like imagine like, I don't know, like a Terminator type
of robot,
type of robot,
that would be
like
sick
in the game that you get to that you get to kill. That's an arc as well.
Yeah,
like that would be kind of cool, honestly, because like most of the things that you kill are mostly flying, and then the only ground units you get are the leaper and like the little ticks and the little balls and stuff. So like it would definitely be cool to add like a humanoid type of arc.
What if they made the ticks bigger?
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Like that would be annoying.
Because I think that's the only thing. Like melee weapons would be cool to see, but at the same time they'd be kind of useless because everything flies.
Yeah.
So then, what are you going to necessarily use it on? Just the roly polies and the pops.
Well, that's the point. Is you bring in certain weapons for certain things. It's like
close range would be kind of interesting to be able, like if you're like close range with another raider and using your melee weapon instead of having to rely on your gun, you can actually just beat them down with a sword or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. So it's definitely interesting. I'd like to see how they would implement that if that was a plan later down the road. But I feel like eventually maybe we might get melee weapons. Who knows? But definitely exciting, some stuff. It's definitely gonna feel the game's gonna definitely feel different by next year.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, that's pretty much our arc raiders. I feel like we covered a lot. I hope everyone's enjoying it. I feel like this might be a little bit of a shorter one. We didn't really talk about. We were doing. I know we were talking about Marvel, but I figured because we had like a lot of arc stuff to cover, we were figuring like we'll probably do like our Marvel thing because it's gonna be Infinity War. So
yeah, next week
we'll
I think we're
probably
gonna
do
have
that
to talk
week.
a lot more of that. There's a lot of things that happen.
There's a lot of things to talk about in Infinity War. Maybe because we're gonna try doing not a shift, but at least try it maybe with the next podcast where we do only like our rapid fire questions, maybe some news, and maybe just one topic specifically. So then we don't have the episodes drag too long because we did have our last podcast that you probably haven't seen up to this point. That's like almost 3 hours long, and I don't know how people are gonna feel about seeing a 3 hour video. But I feel like I've seen like videos that are longer and they get shit tons of views. So, but also too, it just depends on how you present it and everything. Yeah. So we're definitely gonna try that with the next one. I don't know if we, with the next one, with the next podcast, we'll probably just end up talking about Infinity War and have like our normal like roundup of questions, some news stuff, and then just step right into Infinity War. I mean, like some closing thoughts, and that's probably we're gonna try that out for the next one and see how that is received, and then see if people like that, or maybe we'll just go back to like our normal thing where we try to have like at least 2 different topics,
2 to 3 topics, yeah,
2 to 3 topics, but it's all testing the water still. We're only in episode 12, which is still a lot to learn. Because I feel like if at 50, I feel like we should probably have more of a grasp of what we want to do.
Out.
So, more ironed out. But I feel like since we're still like episodes 12, I think there's still a lot of things that we can improve, try. And like we do have viewers, but not as many people like conversating with us or interacting with us. So it's easier to be able to like change it to how we feel we want to change it to, because and it won't be as detrimental for the brand because not many people interact with us, so we're kind of able to get away with the little things and how we do things. I feel like if we're in a wider audience, there'd be less ways to be able to just get away with little things because people are going to notice it,
of course,
and be like, "Hey, why'd you do that this time?" And it's like, but since we don't have that, we're able to like test the waters and see what works for us while we're still trying to figure out
what works,
what we're going to be doing, as this show progresses for our SGI name. And yeah, officially finished our Dubby. Finally ran out. Shout out to Dubby. I think they recently came up with like a new flavor. Yeah. Like it was the mango hard candy.
Oh yeah.
Which I was like, I never really cared for mango hard candy too much back in the day, but I'm a sucker for mango anyways. Because I think the way they branded it, it was like bringing back your childhood, like memories or something like that. And I was like, the mango hard candy wasn't really part of my like childhood type of thing. I definitely had them, but it wasn't like necessarily something I'm like, oh yeah, I remember those days. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff been coming out. I think they had like a couple releases, like that mango hard candy. I think supposedly they might be trying to work on something on maybe to go type of tub.
Yeah,
which would be kind of cool instead of having a big old tub. Or maybe they're actually gonna. I think they said they want. Nothing for sure. Not trying to confirm, but I know they're trying to ask people what they would think. But like adding just packets,
singlets, you can buy
singlets, because the only way you can get the singlets right now is through the
starter pack.
The starter pack that we had for our giveaway that we have for our giveaway that we'll eventually actually give out to one of you guys later down the road because we're kind of been holding off on it because we haven't had as much interaction, which is totally fine. Which just gives us a reason to be able to have the giveaway for a later episode when we have more traction. So that's still there. And yeah, shoot. So you're only able to get the singlets there. So they might be trying to maybe think about maybe doing singlets that you can just buy from their store, which would be kind of cool because then I could taste different flavors without having to invest heavily into a tub. But today I was drinking this Dutch Bros Rebel energy drink. I did not know that Dutch Bros did a energy drink, but here I am trying it. It's not bad. Okay.
No. Yeah, I liked it.
But it tastes more like a Rockstar almost.
Kinda.
But anything else? Any closing remarks? Anything anything else you want to close with?
Yeah.
Before we say goodbye to our viewers over here.
No, we just definitely we want more of you guys to interact with us, tell us like how we're doing, or maybe request something specific from us. Like we really want you guys to talk to us,
or maybe you can create the outline for us.
Yeah, you tell us what you want us to talk about, and we'll definitely build something off of it.
Yeah.
Like, we just want you guys to talk to us and let us know, like, hey, do this better, change this, because we don't really know if we're doing a good job or not based off of just the views is one thing, but it's like, hey, if you're not telling me I'm doing good or not, like, I don't know what to keep and what to change yet. So a little bit more interaction from everybody would be cool.
Yeah, definitely. And then also too, like was it how was I gonna put this? But pretty much because whenever we do the outline, it's like we know what we want to talk about, and we know what we kind of want to ask and everything. But I don't know. Sometimes it might get because maybe you guys don't want to hear that or don't want to hear that take. So like, I definitely feel like it'd be kind of cool to like you give us our ideas, and it kind of will keep us on our toes because I feel like if we know what we're gonna talk about, we're gonna know how we're gonna say it, what we're gonna say.
Yeah.
But when someone else like throws an idea at us, like it might put us out of our zone, and we might have to like adapt to talking about that because we're like, oh wow, I didn't even think about talking about that, and now we'll end up having our thoughts about that. So if anything, it keeps it like more active instead of just being able to know what we want to talk about and already know what we're going to kind of say. Where if someone gave us a different idea, it'd be like something that we have to adapt to and be like, oh wow, we've never talked about that, but people want to hear about it, and then here we are talking about something we never thought we'd talk about, and it might end up turning out to be an interesting conversation, hearing our thoughts.
Otherwise, we're just going to keep talking about whatever.
I know we're just going to be talking about whatever we want to talk about for the outline and know how we're going to say it, how we're going to present it. So yeah, like again, always let us know in our comments or like on our social medias as well, which we'll put up right here. Let us know. Maybe if you want to just message us in the Instagram DM and be like, hey, we want you to talk about that. If you don't want to put a comment on the YouTube,
yeah, that works for us too.
Way of means of being able to reach out to us. And then but we definitely have to be more active, I guess, on our social medias because it's like we're active here and there. Honestly, not as heavily active, and we might have some clips that come to our TikTok, which again will be up on our socials, which we'll have up here, and then we'll have our W code over here on our background canvas right here. So yeah, get that 10%. There's always new things coming out. I feel like they announced a lot of different things just in recent months and things that they've like changed and things that they want to bring. So hey, if you're ever interested, 10% off at W right there. Just use our code SGI welcome, all caps, for that. And yeah, I think that's gonna be us right there signing out. It was,
thanks for joining our episode 12.
We're gonna be back for episode 13.
Lucky number 13.
We're getting even closer to 20, so that's gonna be very interesting because it's gonna be like whoa. Because we're like that with 10. Now we're getting closer to 20.
I know, right?
But yeah, you guys all let us know in the comments what are some of the questions that we had. Feel free to let us know what you think. Like if there was a game that you would, is there a game out there that you would want to fresh play through it, like it never existed and you forgot all about it? Is there a game out there that you would be like, I want to play this for the first time ever? Like let us know about those questions. It's definitely cool to see different people's answers and what games were the ones that were I want no memory of this, so I could replay it again with fresh eyes. And then are you excited for GTA 6 coming out this year? Hopefully, are you okay with the price being $80 if that's what it ends up being? Which is, I think it's fine. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
For a GTA game, so let us know down in the comments if you're excited. If you will be picking up GTA when it comes out. If you won't be picking up GTA, let us know. And that's gonna be us, SGI, signing out. Izzy, Jordan, and we'll see you in the next one.
Take it easy.